Hello everyone. My name is Martin Sturla. I'm an engineer for Google Play. And I'm very excited to be here today and talk a little bit about Android instant apps and what they're all about. I'm very excited to give this talk ever since we announced this feature back at Google I/O earlier this year. Back then, we showed a sneak preview of what instant apps are all about. In general, we are working to evolve Android apps and make sure that they can work instantly without installation. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about what they are exactly, why they're such a powerful tool, how to build them, what does the build process look like, and talk about the new opportunities they could open up for developers and users alike. First, let's take a quick recap of the announcement, because maybe not everyone is up to speed on this. Instant apps allow you to get your users to your flagship Android experience from links that would otherwise open your mobile web page. This means that when users click a link, either from search, social media, messaging, or other links in general, they will get your Android app without installation instead of your mobile web page. There's no installation required. So first of all, before we get too ahead of ourselves, why do we want this? Why do we want our users to get native apps? So in general, as developers, we know that getting the best user experience possible is paramount to get excellent products. And if you're developing for mobile, a native app is the way to go. You can make sure that your app has smooth animations, material design, built-in phone features such as camera and the phone sensors, and just provide a more immersive experience in general. You can also take advantage of seamless payments with more options available, such as Google Play in-app billing and Android Pay. There's also more options to authenticate users, and you can ensure that your users are logged in when they open the app, for example, using identity. So, now that we've thrown that out of the way, let's show a little bit what these Android instant apps are all about, and let's see them in action. So for my first example, let's say my colleague Ficus sends me a link to those tasty recipes that are all around through a messaging app, right? So let's say I tap on the link. Now, just to be clear, I don't have the app installed. I don't have the BuzzFeed video app installed. However, when I tap on the link, I get a native Android app experience. I can see the list of the tasty videos. I can swipe to scroll the videos, and the videos even start playing themselves. So we get a native experience even though we don't have the app installed. And if we really like the app, we can tap the install button and then to install the button. And once we install it, and only if we want to install it, then we'll see the icon on my phone screen. As a second example, let's say I want to purchase a new camera. So I just Google search for a new camera. Now, let's say that I see a camera I like, and there's this B&H camera there. Now, B&H has a very beautiful Android app, but I don't have it installed because I don't purchase cameras every day. Now, when I tap the link, I get into the B&H app right to the camera I was interested in buying without having the app installed. And at checkout, Android Pay works just as if I had the Android app installed. And with Android instant apps, I'm already signed in and ready to pay. Now, as a final example, let's see how instant apps can help me on a day-to-day basis in the real world. Let's say I'm driving and I get out of my car, and there is a parking meter, and it has the possibility to pay using an app. Now, I don't have the app installed, and I'm in a hurry, and I don't want to install it. What if I could just bring up my phone to the parking meter, and the app just launches immediately, without the need to install it? I can just select how much time I want, and pay with Android Pay. It is simple, seamless, and easy. Also, Android apps are allowed to be launched in the dialog box, meaning you can create lightweight apps that don't take the user out of the context they were working in. So there you go, Android Instant Apps. So why is this so exciting for users? Why do we want this to get to users? Okay. So where were we? Okay, let's talk about the user experience for Android Instant Apps. So Instant Apps allow users to access Android apps from anywhere. Not only can users discover your app from the Google Play Store, they can discover and launch the app from in a different variety of new ways. For example, in the examples we just went through, we saw how users can get to your app by just tapping a shared link. It could be shared from social media, a messaging app. You can also acquire your app by tapping a Google search result. Or you can simply acquire your app, you can simply launch the app by using NFC. Okay, so also, Android Instant Apps allow your users to be one tap away from your native app experience. As a user, it is totally seamless from launching the app, signing in, and making payments. As a developer, you are in full control of your app's experience, allowing users to instantly experience your beautiful immersive apps with material design and smooth animations, regardless of whether they have installed the app or not. So great. So how do I build an Android app? What does this mean for me as a developer? How do I get an Instant App out? Well, the good news is, an Instant App is just an upgrade to your Android application. This is not a separate app, it's not a new app. You use the same Android APIs, you use this, it's the same source code, the same source feed in your existing Android Studio project. Once you build your app, you can publish to the developer console, just as if it were a regular Android app. Android Instant Apps are built on top of Google Play services and work with devices running Android versions all the way back to Jelly Bean. This means that your app will be one tap away from 1 billion users and about 95% of Android devices. Android Instant Apps even have out-of-the-box Firebase compatibility, which means you're still in control of your analytics. So, let's talk about how exactly do I upgrade my existing Android app to an Instant App. So, the first thing is, as a developer, you start telling us what exactly are the links your app can handle. You can do this easily by using Android App Links, which we introduced last year. So for example, when I showed the B&H example, we clicked on a link, and we saw how that deep linked us into the app what the camera was interested in buying. Well, technically, what happened under the hood was I was deep linked into the activity that can display the camera. So why was it so fast? So this brings us to the next point, which is for Instant Apps, the app has to be modularized. This means that you split your apps into modules, and you assign activities to these modules. So when a user taps on a link, Google Play can download only the module relevant to displaying this activity. This means that the code is downloaded on the fly. Now, the smaller the modules, the better. But don't worry, we're building tools to help you keep these modules small. Next, because users don't install the app, we think there may be different expectations of what an app can do. This means that Android Instant Apps will not be able to do certain things, such as creating a home screen widget, executing long-running background services, or using broadcast receivers. As a developer, you'll have to handle these restrictions in order to adapt to the different user expectations. Finally, you can take advantage of a host of new capabilities to the app when it is running in this mode. As an example, and my personal favorite, instant apps will use runtime permissions, just like the Android M model of permissions, all the way back to Jelly Bean. So, we're really excited to bring to the opportunities this could open up, and we want this to get this in the hands of developers and empower them as soon as possible. But this is a big change, and as such, we want to get it right. So we're working with a small set of developers, and we will be gradually expanding access. We will roll out instant apps to users over the next year. If you're interested in upgrading your app to run instantly, or just finding more information about Android instant apps, you can visit g.co/instant apps to learn more. You'll also be able to see the same animations we saw earlier today. And if you have any further questions, you can visit us at the tables that we have here. So, thank you so much, and I do apologize once again for the technical difficulties. And thank you.